Well, I'm just gonna have to update the firmware first. So it's my first day in the workshop trying to record with the new Zoom. So there is my Zoom, sort of off to one side, and I've got a stereo mic plugged into it, which is just behind the camera. But a couple of things I need to do to this before I can make it, well, that's not true. I can use it as it is, but there are a number of features that have been improved with the latest firmware update. So this has come to me, and somewhere around there should be a close-up of the firmware version that's on this thing, which is 2.10. And just going on to the Zoom website to download the Bluetooth add-in for this, so I can control it with my iPad, which I can't find. I've put it down here somewhere. I need that latest version on here, I believe, plus the file extension add-in that enables Bluetooth on here to talk to the iPad. So it's never as simple as it may seem at first outings. So the first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do a firmware update on this. So I will go and grab the firmware for this and download it, and then follow the procedures to put firmware on, and then I'm going to put the extension on, and then hopefully this thing here will be enabled for use with my iPad, says he. Let's crack on. Remember, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Go over to Instagram and follow me there. Go over to Facebook, follow me there. That's where the normal notices are. And consider becoming a Patreon. By the way, if you can hear something in the background go the reason for that is that we've been having building work done in the house. And so I moved my media server out into the garage, and what you can hear, that's the media server, because I haven't got round to moving my media server up to SSDs yet. It's still running with the old style hard drives, and therefore what you can hear is the hard drives running. So that's what the noise is in the background. It's nothing wrong with the recording, says he. Okay, to get going on this, and I am going to have to refer to the manual on this because I've never done this before. You need an SD card. To be honest, pretty much any size of SD card for doing this particular procedure, but actually running the Zoom, a friend of mine's told me that you really do need sort of fairly hefty SD cards. This is a 32 gig. I'm going to go invest in some bigger ones to run on that, although I do tend to use 32 gig in the camera as well. So if the camera runs out of footage, then it's guaranteed that this will still have space on it because it's only recording sound. But then having said that, this is going to record 8 tracks of sound. So I think I'm going to go and buy some big ones anyway. So the first thing you do is plug that into your computer. And now we head over to the computer to do the computer work. So obviously, once the SD card is inserted into the computer, you need to go over to zoom.com, and then probably the easiest thing here to do is to search for the device itself. So if I go in here and search for F8n, which is the device, it brings me back a results page. I'm just going to take the top result, which will take me onto the field recorder page. And then what we do is go into support and downloads, and there's a couple of pieces here that I want. The first is I want the firmware update, so I'm going to do that, which will download the firmware update to the machine. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to download this software file extension, which we'll use in a bit. So I'm going to download that as well at the same time. There you go, both are downloaded. The next part of the instruction is take this file, f8system.bin, and where's the copy? Copy, there you go. And copy it to this location here, which is your SD card. And it's a very small file, so it doesn't take very long. And now what we need to do is eject the SD card, which you do by doing that on a Mac, and now it's good to remove. So that's the computer bit done. Okay, next piece of this, very simple. Make sure you've got fresh batteries in, or ideally plug it into a power source. As you can see, I've got my power adapter plugged into this thing. So there you go. Second thing is it's not powered on, so make sure it's powered off. And then insert the SD card into slot number 1 like that. Just push it in place. Okay, the SD card is now inserted. Now we need to turn the device on, and it says we have to turn the device on by pressing that key and that key at the same time. And as you can see, it's gone into update mode, and then I just need to use this knob there to select that I want to update it to from 2.10 to 2.30. Click it. As you can see, it's now reporting it is completed, so we need to power the unit off, and that's the update done. So to round this video off, what I was going to do was I was going to install the Bluetooth add-on, then I was going to connect it to my iPad, and I was going to show it working on the F control version of the iPad. I've just spent the last 2 hours trying to troubleshoot it, and as you can see, it's now dark outside. From when it started, when it was light outside, and I can't get the damn thing working. I don't know whether it's my version of iOS is too advanced for this, but basically I can't get this to pair with the iPad app. I'll describe what it's kind of doing. I can't show you because the iPad's just decided that it wants to do an update, and of course foolishly I just clicked yes, and off it's gone. It started doing an update behind me. Basically you bring up the app, you put this into pair mode, it gives you the app on the iPad shows you the device. You click on it, it disappears off screen, then the Bluetooth connections piece comes back to screen. You can't get rid of it, and there's no box to enter the pairing code, so I can't get the two things to work at the moment. So that was a bit of a pain, but this video does tell you how to do the firmware update, so hopefully you've got something out of it. There are lots of other videos on the internet doing the same thing, but this is specifically, so this is recorded January 2022. Okay, that's with the firmware version 2.30 installed on the F8n, and iOS 15 on the iPad, and the latest version of obviously F Control that's come down from Zoom Corporation, which I think is about a year old. So if somebody from Zoom Corporation does see this, then get your acting gear, because there is something not going right here. There are a couple of gotchas, which if somebody gets this far in the video and they want to take this on. First of all, the app for the F8n Zoom is called F8 Control in the App Store. Don't try to search for Zoom, because you'll get a communications app, which is more popular than obviously a sound recorder. The second thing is, when you go onto this device, it will ask you whether you want to use Bluetooth after you've installed the control, and of course after you've installed the app. It's not on this device, it's on the iPad itself, and of course you have to hit yes, because if you don't hit yes, what I did first time round is say no, and then I couldn't find out how to enable it, so I had to uninstall and reinstall it. So they were two of the gotchas I got. Anyway, hopefully this has been useful to somebody. If it hasn't, hey ho, ho hum. Live long and prosper. See you next time. Bye bye.